Hello everyone, I hope you all are taking care of yourself and you all are doing well at your places. So let's start today's lecture. In previous lecture, we have discussed about the introduction of the chapter number 4, National Movements in India. Then we have discussed about the revolt of 1857 and boycott and indigenous movement. We discussed about both the topic in detail. We have discussed about what are the responsible factor for those events, what are the programs which took place during those moments, what were the result of those movements. So as we now discussed about the boycott and indigenous movement, we know very well Lord Curzon divided the Bengal in 1905. So that's where the indigenous movement has been started in 1905. After the 6 years in 1911, British government felt economic crisis, and that's why they decided to cancel the partition of Bengal in 1911. So this was a memorable victory, and this was the first victory of the Indians, and that was the first movement which was successful by the Indians against the Britishers. Now see, we all know very well that Lord Curzon's tenure was 1899 to 1905. 1899 to 1905. In 1905, Lord Curzon went back to England, and in place of him, Lord Minto was appointed as a Viceroy of India. Now see, when Viceroy Minto was appointed in India, he was facing such problems like indigenous movement. So there was a heavy responsibility on the shoulder of Minto to weaken this movement. That's why Minto and at that point of time the Indian Wazir Morley both adopted the divided and rule policy to weaken the indigenous movement. So this is the topic of today. We will discuss about the Muslim League. We know very well that see, before the 1905-1906, there was one and only political party in India, and that was Indian National Congress. All Indians came together and formed the Indian National Congress. All rallies, protests, programs were taking, which decided by the Indian National Congress. We all followed that. But when Morley and Minto adopted the divide and rule policy, so Minto started the communalism between Hindus and Muslims. He started favoring the upper class of Muslims, and he tried to convince them. What words he said to the upper class of Muslims? He said, if this movement would success, Britishers went back to England. But what about you people? You are considered as a minority in this country. Why? Because we all know very well there is a much population of Hindus compared to the Muslim community. So Minto described them that Hindu majority will dominate the minority Muslims. That's why this kind of insecurity developed in the Muslims, and that's why he agreed according to the Lord Minto. So Lord Minto advised them to establish a new political party, demand for separate voting rights, and demand for separate voting centers as well. So by this whole creation, Muslims agreed to the Minto, and they established a new political party for Muslim community only. That's why in result, Muslim League was established in 1906. In 1906, by the Britishers' consolation, Muslims were ready to the establishment of Muslim League in 1906. Now, who played an important role in the formation of Muslim League? See, first of all, there was a Muslim religion head, Aga Khan, then Nawab of Dhaka, Salimullah Khan, then Viceroy Minto, and his personal minister Dunlop Smith had a very important role in the formation of the Muslim League. After the formation, Minto was not stopped. Formation के बाद Minto जो है रुके नहीं. What he did in such kind of that the Muslims cannot attend the Indian National Congress annual conference. So for this, he arranged the annual conference of Muslim League as Indian National Congress had arranged. So both जो है दोनों साथ में मिलकर कोई प्लान नहीं कर सकते हैं. That is very obvious. अगर मुस्लिम लीग का जिस दिन एनुअल कॉन्फ्रेंस है तो उसी दिन अगर इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस का है तो मुस्लिम जो है मुस्लिम लीग का एनुअल कॉन्फ्रेंस छोड़ के इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस का एनुअल कॉन्फ्रेंस अटेंड नहीं करेंगे. That's why तब से ही हमारे बीच में what can we say that from that onwards grudges were developing between the Hindu Muslim and it resulted into the partition of India. That's why some historians considered as the father of some historians considered Minto as the father of Muslim communalism. Some historians also stated that the real creator of Pakistan was not Rahimullah or Muhammad Ali Jinnah, but it was Minto. Why? Because Minto already showed a seal for the separation of or division in 1906 by the establishment of Muslim League. So this is all about the Muslim League. I hope you clearly understood what we have discussed about the Muslim League. Now we will discuss about the extreme revolutionary movement or development or birth of revolutionary activities, birth and development of revolutionary activities. We all know that there were many revolutionaries who played important role in the freedom struggle of India. But when we come to know about who started the revolutionary activities in India, so Vasudev Balwant Phadke started the revolutionary activity in India. He was the pioneer of revolutionary activity in India. Some other revolutionaries were also there, like Damodar Chafekar, Balkrishna Chafekar, Chafekar brothers. Then Ram Prasad Bismil, Veer Bhagat Singh, then Sukhdev Thapar, then Rajguru, then Asfaqullah Khan, Chandrasekhar Azad, Roshan Singh, Madan Lal Dhingra, Batu Krishna III. So these were the notable revolutionaries of this time. And these revolutionaries trained to the youth for using and making weapons, and that was the threat for the British government. That was the threat for the British government, that the revolutionary was training the youth of India for making and using weapons against the British government. Now, there was a historical incident took place in 1907. What was that? See, we know very well the 1905, the indigenous movement was started, 1906 Muslim League was established, but still there is an indigenous movement is going on. अभी भी नॉन इंडिजिनस मूवमेंट जो है वो चल ही रहा है. उसके पीछे उसके बैकग्राउंड में एक और इंसिडेंट हुआ. What was that? In 1907, annual conference of Indian National Congress, which took place in Surat, INC got divided into two parts: moderates and radicals. Moderates and radicals. Indian National Congress got divided into two parts: moderates and radicals. Now, what are the difference between the moderates and radicals? See, moderates are the earlier experienced leader of the Indian National Congress, which were believed in the making resolution, giving speech, and what can we say? They were just pleading. They were pleading for their demand to the government, and this type of attitude was not accepted by the radicals. This type of working style of moderates was not accepted by the radicals. That's why they adopted a new working pattern, which is known as radicals, or we can also know Jahal and Mawal. So at that point of time, the trio of Lal, Bal, Pal was very famous in the radicals leaders. Lal stands for Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal stands for Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and Pal stands for Bipin Chandra Pal. By the working pattern of the radicals, many youth, a mass of youth, was attracted to the radicals. So this is all about the INC and extreme revolutionary activities. Now we will discuss about the Bal Gangadhar Tilak. We all know very well that he was a prominent leader of the Indian struggle, and he gave one famous slogan that was freedom is my birthright and I shall or I will achieve it anyhow. So this became popular among the Indian revolutionaries. Right? Now the revolutionary activities were spread in whole countries. Majority states were started the revolutionary activities like Gujarat, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Madras, Bengal. So everyone was in the wave of revolutionary activity at that time. By adding moreover, such an association were also established to support revolutionary activities like Mitra Mila Society, then Abhinav Bharat Samaj, Anushilon Samiti, Anjuman-e-Muhilaye Watan, Bharat Mata. So this type of association gave an impetus to the revolutionary movement in India. They were established to support any kind of help or any kind of need fulfilled by the revolutionaries. They were established for that aim only. And by this establishment, what can we say? The revolutionary movement got a raise, got a accelerate in those directions. Now, the revolutionary movement can be considered in two stages. Can be divided into two stages. There was the first stage, and the second stage. See, before 1920, which movements took place? Which kind of revolutionary activities took place? Which we consider in first stage, and after 1922, 1942. Any movement was took place of by the revolutionary was considered in the second stage. In second stage, there was a major role played by the newspapers like Kesari, Maratha, Yugandhar, Navshakti, Vande Mataram. So this type of magazines or booklets were very helpful for the spreading the revolutionary ideas among the peoples. Now, the notable events of first stage. There was a Alipur massacre, then Howrah massacre, and Dhaka massacre took place. In those massacres, many revolutionaries got arrested and got severely punished. Moreover, attempt to kill Lord Hardinge and attempt to kill Lord Minto outside. Attempt to kill Lord Hardinge was done in the Delhi, and attempt to kill Lord Minto was took place in Ahmedabad near Raipur Darwaja. Date was something 19 November 1909. On 19 November 1909, the Lord Minto's buggy was bombed outside Raipur Darwaja in Ahmedabad. So these activities can be considered in the first stage of extreme revolution or activities. In second stage, there were majorly three incidents were there. Like first of all, Kakori loot case. Second, Lahore massacre, and dropping of bomb in the Central Parliament. And we all know very well the dropping of Central Parliament was done by the Veer Shahid Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev Thapar, and Shivram Rajguru. By this deed only, those three friends or those three brothers got a death sentence. So this is all for the extreme revolutionary activities in India. I hope you clearly understood. Now we will also cover the next topic, that is revolutionary activities in Gujarat. So who started the revolutionary activity in Gujarat? That is a very important question. So we know very well that Aurobindo Ghosh was the pioneer of revolutionary activities, armed revolutionary activities in Gujarat. He came to Gujarat and went to southwards, and he met Amnubhai Purani and Chotubhai Purani, a very good, able companions. First of all, let me say one thing. Aurobindo Ghosh always remained behind the curtain. He put the forefront to his brother, who was named Barindra Kumar Ghosh. So whatever they planned, the plan of mastermind was Aurobindo Ghosh and implementation executive was Barinder Kumar Ghosh. They also met to the Sakaria Swami on bank of river Narmada. This Swami was fought with Sri Rani ki Lakshmi Bai, Jhansi ki Rani Lakshmi Bai in revolt of 1857. Now, Barinder Kumar Ghosh starting recruited for the army. He started the recruitment of youth in army. So he recruited some youth from Mehsana, Baroda, and Chauta region of Khera districts. And they after the recruitment of this youth, the event which was discussed in the previous topic, attempt to kill Lord Minto or bomb the buggy bombed outside Raipur Darwaja, can be said this was done by these people only, Barinder Kumar Ghosh and his company. Now, Aurobindo Ghosh published a book in which revolutionary ideas, what can be said, how can we spread the revolutionary activities, was published by the Aurobindo Ghosh. The name is Bhavani Mandir. Moreover, Aurobindo Ghosh published a book like in those manner and those ideas that Britishers could not understand what is the book about, what is the content in that book. So he changed the title. He gave the title book like Kasrat, Kaidano Sangrah, Gulab no Kisso, Sadhu Banawani Reed. So this kind of title was given to the booklets and magazines. But in those booklets and magazines, there were there were a method of preparing a bomb. How can we use a bomb? How can we make a bomb? These type of methods were published in those books. So this was a unique idea for the spreading of revolutionary activities between the peoples. And this was a very unique idea that can be considered because Britishers को पता ही नहीं चला कि क्या बुक के अंदर होने वाला है, तो उन्होंने टाइटल इस तरीके से सेट किया था कि बाहर टाइटल है साधु बनावानी रीत, लेकिन अंदर लिखा है बॉम्ब बनावानी रीत. So this is all about the Aurobindo Ghosh. They also established Ganganath Vidyalaya near Chandod, Karnali, and all revolutionary activities took here. All plans of revolutionary activities were made here. So this can be considered as a hub of revolutionary activities in Gujarat. British government tried to suppress the revolutionary movement in Gujarat, but the agitation did not reduce from the Gujarat's heart. So this is the contribution of Gujarat in the freedom struggle, and we know very well how we played an important role in the struggles. So this is all about the extreme revolutionary activities in Gujarat. So students, today we have discussed about the mainly 3 points. There is a Muslim League, then we have discussed about the birth and development of extreme revolutionary activities, and last, extreme revolutionary in Gujarat. I hope you clearly understood what we have discussed. If you have any kind of doubt, let me know. We will sort it out in our live session. In fact, I am also going to send or share some PDF material regarding those topics only. So I hope you clearly understood, and there is no doubt to all of you.